Welcome to Staff Works Explained. If you are here for the first time, please consider subscribing to this channel. Also, hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you are notified. In this video, we'll be talking about the Talanta Sport Complex that is being constructed in Nairobi, ready for the hosting of the AFCON 2027. There are some revelations that have been made on this stadium. One is that the stadium will cost 44.7 billion. Also, there are also reports that despite the project having been 37% complete, the contractor, the Chinese firm which is doing this project, has only been paid 5%. So we explore the events of this video, whether this project will be completed on time, whether there will be delays due to issues of payment, and whether the project will be complete for hosting of AFCON 2027. And this will help Kenya avoid the curse of not being ready to host this stadium. We remember before this, Kenya has bid to host this event once in 2005 or so, and then again in 1996. But during these two bids, Kenya was not able to host the event because of readiness. So we are hoping that with this co-hosting the event with East African countries, to be able to do this. So the construction of the Talanta Sports Complex in Nairobi is currently 37% complete, with the expectation to finish the 60,000-seater stadium by February 2026. This is ahead of 2027 African Cup of Nations, which is being hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. However, only 2 billion, about 5% of the total project cost of 44.7 billion, has been paid so far to the Chinese firm overseeing the building of this complex. This is raising concerns over the project's financial pacing. The revelation was made by Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya, who was appearing before the National Assembly Committee on Sports and Culture. The Ministry of Defense is supervising the construction through the Kenya Defense Forces, which is tasked with ensuring strict timelines are followed as the country races to meet Confederation of African Football requirements. Although the construction is ahead of in terms of physical progress, there is financial lag presenting potential risks. According to the construction best practices, delay in payment can disrupt procurement of materials, delay subcontractor remuneration, and potentially lead to work stoppage or legal claims by the contractors. The project that is nearly 37% built should ideally have received a corresponding percentage of payment, or at least significantly more than just 5%, and this to maintain momentum and morale on site. If the piece of funding does not match up with the construction schedule, project timelines could be affected, with downstream impacts on Kenya's ability to host African AFCON 2027. One question that is being asked is, will Talanta Complex be ready in time? The stadium's planned completion in February 2026 leaves about a year for testing, certification, as well as integration into broader tournament infrastructure, assuming it stays on schedule. While this timeline may surface under ideal circumstances, any delay from payment lags, labor disputes, supply chain issues, bureaucratic inefficiency could lead into could hint into the buffer period. CAF requires hosting nations to meet high infrastructure standards, not just in stadiums but also in training grounds, accommodation, transport, telecommunication, among others. Talanta Sports Complex is envisioned as a flagship venue. Its timely completion is critical for Kenya's credibility as a host. Can Kenya avoid the readiness curse? Kenya has a troubled history with major tournament hosting rights. The country lost out on hosting the 1996 AFCON, and more recently was stripped of the 2018 African Cup of Nations CHAN due to infrastructure shortfalls and delays. The joint bid with Uganda and Tanzania for AFCON 2027 was seen as a fresh opportunity to redeem the country's standing on the continental football stage. However, observers note that the same pitfalls, slow procurement, funding mismatches, and political inertia could once again threaten the realization of the dream. The government's decision to bring in the military into supervisory role reflects a strategic shift to inject discipline and speed into project execution, but that alone may not suffice. Timely financing, clear accountability, and close CAF coordination will be essential to avoid repeating the past. In conclusion, we can say that Talanta Sports Complex is more just than a stadium. It is a test of Kenya's ability to plan, fund, and also deliver on its commitment to continental football. While construction is progressing impressively, the funding lag is a major red flag. For Kenya to break the readiness curve and successfully co-host AFCON 2027, the government must urgently align financial disbursement with construction milestones and ensure that all other infrastructure components are in place. So thank you for reaching this far. You can leave your comment and tell us what you have thought about readiness of Kenya to host AFCON 2027 together with other East African countries, and whether the problem that is there as far as mismatch between project progress and funding will be solved. So thank you, and let's meet in the next one.